right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts.
Get ready.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags. Orchestrating the offense, a man born back in 1990 in Pocatello, Idaho. That's Taysom Hill.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. They go play fake, and it's Hill. He's got his 6'5" receiver, that's Tim Patrick. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Double. 53, Mike. Hey, watch your leg. Check 4. Hard. Ready.
Here's Olsen. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Desmond King making the tackle. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. And they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass. Currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
When you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that open things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good. That middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Olsen. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20 because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very...
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Quincy Enunwa, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. A 10-play drive that time. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So here come the Colts under second-year coach Frank Reich. He'll be brought out by the two-time MVP in the NFL, who's now in his 15th season, Aaron Rodgers.
And it felt like it watching the game tape. He got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
To throw, it's Rodgers. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And we look now at the offense for Indianapolis.
And the schedule makers have given them a little break right here. Back-to-back home games, and they won last week. So they're trying to make it 2 in a row before they hit the road next week. They have to take advantage of this break in the schedule.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Jalen Reeves-Maybin has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. He'll field this at the 5. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. They'll fake the handoff. Now He'll get this one to Patrick. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. On the carry, it's Olsen. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now Hill, and that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Tim Patrick, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. That's 2 really excellent drives for them to start this ballgame, both ending with touchdown passes.
In big picture, they look great, don't they? Like a well-oiled machine right now. But let's down focus a little bit and talk about the guy calling the signals and throwing the passes. He is playing with precision right now, scanning the field and making excellent throws.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The offense at the line and set to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Rodgers. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
To throw is Rodgers. They'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On 2nd and 2, Hill, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Tim Patrick, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It's taken to the 26. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it.
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter. Play fake. Hill. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. Well, a few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And to give this time to the tailback. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on third and very long.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Muhammad Wilkerson elevated a tempo program that was looking for players like him, and he's carried that on into the NFL. What a terrific play there.
Yeah, a nice tackle for loss for the former Temple Owl, as you said, and the 30th pick in the 2011 draft. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Jalen Reeves-Maybin in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now a run with McCaffrey. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15.
It's now 3rd down and 1.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Hill, escaping the pressure right. And he's got it. It's Thomas for a Jacksonville touchdown. It's the fullback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretary lost twice in his career.
It's so educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Throwing is Rodgers. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Strong right. Strong right. Hey.
To throw again. Rodgers. Davis fighting. He loses the football. And the Jags grab it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we've known coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. On the draw, it's Olsen. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Let's go. 8, read. Put up. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Dude.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, and it's the Ravens who have the lead as they play the second quarter. Patrick Mahomes looking good. 2 touchdown passes. From there, we head over to Detroit. Check on the Lions at home, Ford Field. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. Michael Gallup, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Alshon Jeffrey, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver, and it's third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
18 Gator.
Mike 53.
They'll start the drive with Olison. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Staying on the ground with Olison. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And they string that play out nicely. He stopped before he can turn upfield. No gain, second down.
Ready?
First carry now for the backup, LaShawn McCoy. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. From the gun on third, Hill. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. Well, not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Colts will go on offense here, first and 10.
Right here. Showing it.
This a quick pass to Davis. No gain there on the completion, second and 10.
No gain on the play. Second and 10.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
He's got Jack Doyle. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. McCaffrey. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a second and 9.
Let's go, defense. Out of time.
On second and 9, Rodgers. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half, first and 10. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
McCaffrey following the penalty. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jared McKinnon. Gave a glimpse of his quick feet and then taken down right at the 30. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. And he's got him in, Corey Davis. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Completes it to Davis. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from the first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. Shotgun now for Rodgers. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check 37. Ready to go. Let's go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
We own them. Watch the safety creep. Switch. General West. Switch it. Fire.
Off of play action. Hill. He's going to fire one deep. Middle of the... Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Defense.
Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Quadri Olison with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I love that. It helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Rodgers. It's caught by Davis. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and the Jags grab it. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
18 loves to go deep. Put a body on.
Rodgers now on first down. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark him down at the 39. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers throwing again. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 43.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? Best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions. Because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They go play fake, and it's Hill. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He may try and run for this. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Hill. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Hill. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here's Hill now after the interception. Buying time to his left. He'll try and run it. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it up. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Romeo Okwara. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a handoff here to his running back. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Hitchens in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to fourth down.
But that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And, Charles, when you start talking about NFL kickers that have hit from 62 or further, it's a pretty short list, isn't it?
That it is, but how about the trust by a head coach to even let your kicker try from that range? That's really showing a lot of faith that he can get the job done.
Yeah, faith and guts. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
And sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So they decline it, and they choose to not give him that down back.
And I think that's the key to everything there. They didn't give up any yardage even on the completed pass. Don't give them an extra down in order to try and pick up a first.
Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Colts send out their punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. That one looks like he'll throw here. Out to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jaguars, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3.